trying to make you laugh, sweating like an acrobat. Sometimes I speak on your behalf. I'm nervous on the phone, and they can see it in your eyes that you're about to hit the sky. I'm hanging on the line.
If you take this opportunity to leave your phones, we would appreciate it. If there are any empty seats near you, you could raise your hand for some folks that are coming in the back, please.
Class of 2026 will join us soon. With respect to the solemn and special nature of this occasion, we ask that at this time you please silence your cell phones and remain attentive and stand as you are able for the processional, including the RU staff and the class of 2026.
Welcome, everyone. Our board chair, Emil Parmalee, and Superintendent Michael Clark will join us for a moment to welcome everyone. Thank you.
Welcome, friends, family, and faculty. Today we gather to celebrate the remarkable Randolph Union High School class of 2026.
As we celebrate this graduating class today, we do so in a moment of extraordinary inspiration. Recently, the historic return of the Artemis II moon mission reminded us all of what is possible when courage, curiosity, and determination come together. To the class of 2006, in many ways, your journey mirrors that, or that of those explorers.
Over the past years, you have pushed beyond boundaries, explored new ideas, and discovered strengths you may not have known you possessed. Like those astronauts, you have faced challenges, adapted, and grown. The education, experience, and resilience you carry forward will now propel you into the future filled with possibility.
Just as that lunar mission expands humanity's reach into the universe, you have the power to expand what is possible here on Earth. You are the generation that will take us farther than we've ever been in understanding, innovation, and compassion. As you stand on the launch pad of your next great adventure, remember that the journey ahead will be vast, exciting, and at times uncertain.
But you are ready. Always remember, you are a galloping ghost.
It is my absolute pleasure to honor and present the class of 2026.
Congratulations. The world awaits your launch.
At this point, we ask that Virginia Munger and Candy Taylor lead us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Katie, sorry. Followed by Kay Pratt, Emily Taylor, Tabor, and Caden Taylor in performing the national anthem.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
By the dawn's early light.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. I am thrilled to be here with you this evening celebrating these remarkable young people who are a testament to the kindness, care, and support bestowed by this community. It is an honor to be a part of this special celebration. Several weeks ago, I asked the students in my senior English class what I should talk about at graduation. They were very quick to respond. Tell us how much you'll miss us, tell a funny story, include something for us to think about after we graduate. In other words, quite a bit to fit into the 6 minutes that I allot myself. As I reflected on those requests, I found myself thinking about this class and all that they have endured throughout their time at Randolph Union. You are the class that never had a typical step-up experience. When I look back at your 7th grade yearbook photos, many of you were wearing masks. That was the world you entered into as middle school students. We spent significant time outdoors with you. I feel fortunate to have witnessed you inventing games of your very own, playing Ultimate Frisbee and Capture the Flag, and sledding on the hill behind the school. Although your middle school years were shaped by uncertainty and concern about the world around you, they were also filled with moments of joy, connection, and resilience. In many ways, those experiences allowed you to build relationships with one another that few classes before you or since have had the opportunity to enjoy. Now, one might think that COVID shaped your middle school experience and the universe would give you a break, but that was not the case. You were students in our school when our boiler failed and we spent weeks out of school. Later, you were with us when the generator blew. Time and time again, you experienced unprecedented events that pulled you from the traditional classroom. Over the course of your educational journey, you have had to learn at home, in parks, and on the borrowed campus of the Brunswick School. My hope is that through all of those experiences, you witnessed adults who care deeply about you, working together to find a path forward. I hope what you saw is that it's possible when people unite around a common purpose to ensure that their students are safe, supported, and able to learn. I hope you learned that when people come together with determination and compassion, even the unimaginable can become possible. Throughout your lives, there will be moments when challenges feel overwhelming. There will be times when giving up seems easier than moving forward. As I was writing this speech, I found myself reflecting on a day when I was trying to master a new skill, standing up on a paddleboard in the middle of Silver Lake. One member of this class behind me saw me fall off my paddleboard at least a dozen times, and I drank plenty of Silver Lake water. When we got back to school after that weekend, she told me she saw me and recounted that I kept getting back up. What she may or may not have seen is that I was there with friends who coached me and encouraged me. In the moments when things are hard, find your people. Find the people who ask what's next. Find the people who are willing to stand shoulder to shoulder with you and help carry the weight when the path ahead feels uncertain and everything feels heavy. I remember the Sunday evening at the beginning of the pandemic when the governor announced that all schools would close. I felt absolute despair. I worried about students, especially those seniors who were in the march of their senior year and they had senior projects 3/4 of the way done. I worried about families facing food insecurity. And for the next 3 days, I had a really hard time seeing a path forward. I think I put a sweater over my pajamas and earrings in for Zoom meetings. Life without school, without my students and colleagues, and under the shadow of so much uncertainty felt overwhelming. Gradually, however, we found ways to reconnect. We made plans to support students and families, and possibilities began to emerge where previously there had been only questions. In fact, many of you I met for the very first time as tiny faces in the grid of a Google Meet screen. That experience challenged the way I think about community. But it also taught me something important. People make all things possible. Creativity, hard work, trust, and collaboration carried us forward. They always do. If you have not already found them, my hope for each of you is that you do find your people in the years ahead. People you can trust, learn from, laugh with, and work alongside as you face challenges great and small. Over the course of your time here, you have grown tremendously, and we have been privileged to witness your compassion, empathy, and talents develop alongside your academic knowledge and understanding of the world. Have there been setbacks? Of course. Have there been personal challenges and academic obstacles? Yes. But with the support of your families, dedicated educators, and one another, you have persevered. The people seated before you today have met challenges, adapted to change, and persisted in pursuit of their goals. The diplomas they receive today are more than certificates of completion. They are more than documents that show that what you have learned academically. They are symbols of your resilience, courage, and perseverance. I hope you are all proud of yourselves. We are certainly proud of all of you. It's become a tradition at our graduation to share a poem with the graduating class and their families. This is the poem I felt especially fitting for this group and this moment. It's called The Layers by Stanley Kunitz. I have walked through many lives, some of them my own, and I am not who I was, though some principle of being abides, from which I struggle not to stray. When I look behind, as I am compelled to look before I can gather strength to proceed on my journey, I see the milestones dwindling toward the horizon, and the slow fires trailing from the abandoned campsites, over which scavenger angels wheel on heavy wings. Oh, I have made myself a tribe out of my true affections, and my tribe is scattered. How shall the heart be reconciled to its feast of losses in a rising wind? The manic dust of my friends, those who fell along the way, bitterly stings my face, yet I turn. I turn, exulting somewhat, with my will intact to go wherever I need to go, and every stone on the road precious to me. In my darkest night, when the moon was covered and I roamed through wreckage, a nimbus-clouded voice directed me. Live in the layers, not on the litter. Though I lack the art to decipher it, no doubt, the next chapter in my book of transformations is already written. I am not done with my changes. Completing high school should not mark the end of your growth. As Stanley Kunitz reminds us, we are never finished with our transformations. My wish for each of you is that you continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to embrace the challenges that will inevitably find their way into your path. May you carry your gifts of empathy, courage, and community wherever life leads you. May you seek out opportunities to make a difference, to lift others up, and contribute something meaningful to the world around you. And may you always remember that this community, a community of families, educators, friends, and peers, will continue to believe in you and cheer for you long after today. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you. And now, please welcome select members of the Randolph Union Chorus who dedicate the song, The Climb by Miley Cyrus, to this senior class. All right, thank you, chorus. Evelyn DeGloria will now join me on stage to dedicate the yearbook.
Good evening, everyone. As we reflect on our time in high school, we realize that some of the most memorable parts of our experience were not just the classes we took, nor the events we attended, but the people who made a lasting impact on us along the way. On behalf of the class of 2026, I am honored to announce this year's yearbook dedication. We chose to dedicate our yearbook to someone who has made our school a more welcoming, engaging, and enjoyable place to be. Through his humor, his stories, and his open-mindedness, he has created an environment where students feel comfortable being themselves. He has a unique ability to connect with every student and other staff members, making everyone feel included and valued. Beyond that, he's an outstanding teacher. He doesn't just teach lessons from a curriculum. He teaches us how to think, how to ask questions, and how to see from different perspectives. His passion for teaching is evident in everything he does, and many of us have benefited from his guidance both inside and outside the classroom. Of all the memories we share, one that stands out is his tradition of singing happy birthday to his students, usually very enthusiastically and very off-key. While the singing itself may not win any awards, it perfectly reflects the kindness and genuine care he shows for every student. For his dedication, inclusiveness, sense of humor, and positive impact he has in our class, it is with great appreciation that the class of 2026 dedicates this yearbook to Mr. Duso.
Thank you, Evelyn. We will now hear from our first senior speaker this evening. Please welcome Nora Selly.
Okay. Beneath the forest floor lives a vast network of tiny roots, crucial to the vitality of all plants. Though most of us will never see them, these delicate threads, known as mycelium, connect every tree, plant, and grass under your feet. Through it, the forest shares nutrients and warnings, inconspicuously supporting every species. We can't see it, but without it, the forest wouldn't survive. If you hadn't caught on by now, humans are much like mycelium. We too rely on knowing that we're not alone, that we have others to rely on when life gets heavy. As I'm standing here today, conflicting feelings flood my mind. I've anticipated this moment for as long as I can remember. A moment always seeming completely out of reach. Yet here I am, class of 2026, presenting a speech on the behalf of all of my fellow peers beside me. For months, I've been asked the question, so what are you going to do moving forward, Nora? As I'm sure you've all been asked the same. Though this particular question has been the main focus for most of us this year, I'd like to take a step back and point out that this is a very different question from who are you going to be? So please, let's take a moment to consider what it means to be a human being rather than a human doing. I will always remember my freshman year of high school at RUHS. I entered high school with only one genuine friend, my best friend, which is honestly embarrassing as I'm saying it aloud. During our freshman year, if you were to ask me who I was as a person, I would have told you Alina and I were hard workers. Alina and I were determined, and Alina and I were hilarious. I knew nothing but who I was with my best friend. But then, sophomore year came, and I took a year abroad, completely separated from my other half, in an environment where I was forced to learn what it meant to be my own person. During my year abroad, I had to learn how to reach out with empathy and understanding to all cultures. Otherwise, I would have spent my time alone. As I navigated my way through language barriers and a heart-wrenching amount of homesickness, my most valuable lesson was learning how to be open to many different kinds of people. I soon realized that by choosing compassion, others help keep my roots alive, and without even realizing it, I might have been doing the same for them. Though these lessons of cultural understanding and acceptance were not easily transferable to my hometown high school, I eventually realized the value of empathy for more than just different cultural backgrounds. As I've been home, I've realized that most of us sitting here tonight share similar experiences and characteristics. For many of us, it's easiest to assume that everyone here is so far different from us, that we're so much better than those who weren't able to walk alongside us and earn their diploma, that there's no way they could relate to the level of academic stress and rigor most of us have put ourselves through these past 4 years. But the truth is, all of us in this room are so painfully, boringly, ordinarily the same. What sets us apart isn't that we're all human, it's how we choose to be one. So when asked what I'm going to do after high school, instead of reciting the same painfully, boringly, ordinarily the same answer of attend a university to earn my 9-to-5 job just to pay for my family and to live in this painfully, boringly, ordinarily the same, overpriced world, I'll say I'm going to be forgiving. I'm going to be empathetic. I'm going to be sensitive. Because in a world full of hate, that is what will truly make me stand out. So when people ask you what you're going to do after high school, I hope you can tell them something different. Tell them who you're going to be. Be the kind of person who connects, who listens, who quietly nourishes those around you like the mycelium beneath the forest floor. Because honestly, the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more roots.
Thank you, Nora. Our second student speaker of the evening is Brooklyn Palace. Welcome, Brooklyn, to the microphone.
Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, parents, and fellow graduates. My name is Brooklyn Palace, and it is an honor to stand here today as one of your student speakers. To be honest, I never thought I had any right to stand here. I wasn't involved in sports, I didn't hold leadership positions, and I didn't attend every school event. I found asking myself what authority I had to speak to all of you, and whether I was truly worthy of this moment. However, while writing this speech, I came to realize something important. Everyone has a purpose. It is incredibly easy to compare ourselves to those around us and diminish our own accomplishments. For a long time, I did exactly that. We become so focused on what others have achieved that we fail to recognize our own growth and overlook the quiet ways in which we have impacted the lives of others. Self-doubt is one of humanity's greatest weaknesses because it convinces us that our worth should be measured against someone else's success. Sometimes we become our own greatest obstacle. As I reflected on the time I spent here, I found myself thinking back to 7th grade when many of us first walked these halls. At the time, we were younger, uncertain, and trying to understand where we belonged. We worried about finding our classrooms, making friends, and figuring out who we wanted to become. Graduation felt impossibly far away, almost like an idea rather than a reality. Yet looking around today, I realized that even then, we were already beginning to shape the people we would eventually become. Over the years, we formed friendships, discovered passions, faced challenges, and learned lessons that extended far beyond the classroom. For me, some of the most meaningful parts of that journey came from the people around me. Marissa, my best friend, has been one of those people. Throughout these years, we shared countless lunches, late-night conversations, car rides, inside jokes, and moments of laughter that somehow made difficult days easier to endure. While those moments may have seemed ordinary at the time, I realized that life is often defined not by extraordinary events, but by smaller moments shared with people who matter most. Many of those lessons also come from our teachers. To the teachers and staff who supported us throughout our journey, thank you. Whether you stayed after class to help us understand something, encouraged us when we doubted ourselves, or simply when Mr. Dusso asked us how we were doing every single day in the hallway. Your influence extended far beyond academics. Often the impact of kindness and encouragement reaches further than we realize. I stand here today to remind every one of you that no matter who you are, where you come from, or what path you took to arrive at this moment, your journey matters. You are capable of achieving extraordinary things. You are placed on this earth for a purpose. Even if you do not play sports, lead organizations, or receive public recognition, your presence still mattered within this community, and it will continue to matter beyond these walls. You made it here because you continued moving forward, and every effort, no matter how small it may have felt, was worthwhile. Today, the class of 2026 is gathered together for the final moment. Some of us may never speak again after today, and that reality is bittersweet. However, every person I have crossed paths with, whether it was a brief conversation, a shared laugh, or even a passing smile in the hallway, has left a lasting impression on me. I carry those memories and lessons with me. One day, this moment will simply become another story we tell, but right now, it is real. Right now, it is ours. Life continues moving forward whether we are ready for it or not. We are leaving behind these classrooms and hallways and stepping into a new chapter of our lives. Graduation once felt unimaginably distant. I remember being younger and remembering, wishing and wishing for this day to come. I wished away my younger years, but now that I'm up here, I realize I did not enjoy every moment enough. As I stand here today, I also think of the people whose sacrifices and love helped me reach this moment. My mom raised me largely on her own. I witnessed the sacrifices she made and the strength she carried during difficult times. Even when she may not have realized, I noticed. She worked tirelessly so that I could have opportunities she never had, and her resilience taught me lessons about determination, love, and perseverance that I will carry for the rest of my life. I also think of my grandfather. Although he cannot be here with us today and dementia has made his life increasingly difficult, I continue to carry his stories, his love, and the lessons he taught me. Experiencing that has reminded me of something deeply important. Time is one of the most valuable things that we are given, because eventually the moments we overlook today become the memories we wish we could relive tomorrow. So let this serve as proof that anything is possible. Time does not stop. Therefore, do not waste it. Live your life fully, appreciate the people around you, show compassion, extend kindness, and create memories that endure. Fellow graduates, today is about you. You have accomplished more than you realize, even on the days when you felt as though you have accomplished nothing at all. I believe every individual sitting here is capable of greatness. To the staff and faculty of Randolph Union High School, thank you for guiding us and preparing us for what comes next. To our parents and families, thank you for supporting us through every step of this journey. And finally, to the class of 2026, we made it. Congratulations, the future's ours.
Thank you, Brooklyn. George Rosalbo will now join me on stage to introduce our keynote speaker. Welcome, George.
Good evening, everyone. I stand here with the honor of presenting one of the keynote speakers for the class of 2026. An honor I am deeply appreciative of, as I, along with my peers, have been tremendously connected to this person throughout our time at Randolph. This person is a role model in and out of the classroom, a coach with a tenacious, positive attitude, a teacher who sees his students' needs, and most importantly, a friend to our class. Many of us may remember him for being our science teacher in 7th and 9th grade, and honestly, we might not remember much of the material we learned, other than the movie about the man who ate an entire bag of magic mushrooms and climbed a tree. But most notably, deeper than sparking a love for science and understanding the world around us, we remember that Patrick Martin taught us about personal discovery and to hold curiosity close in the next stages of our lives. He taught us to be experimental in anything we do and question everything, all while showing us that a relationship with your teacher matters more than just academics, and that we should prioritize the human side of education that can be overlooked. Thank you, Patrick Martin, for being a mentor to the class of 2026 and igniting a desire to learn more every day. The class of 2026 and I proudly recognize our friend and teacher, Patrick Martin, as our keynote speaker.
All right, I think when I met you all, I didn't have to wear glasses to read, but we're there. All right, let me get this just right. Okay, graduates, class of 2026. What an honor it is to speak here today at your graduation. The first time I met many of you, you were in 7th grade. It was fall of 2020, and our world had changed in so many ways from the pandemic. If we're being honest, 7th grade is already a strange time in life. You're new students in a large building, trying to figure out who you are, where you belong, what kind of person you want to become. I remember your smiling eyes peering over the tops of your masks. You were all in pairs, 6 feet away from each other, and the anxiety was real. We played, we laughed, we worked, and enjoyed lunch and recess together. You found success, you found challenges, and through all the months together, I got to see what amazing and talented people you are. I remember sledding with you all during recess and taking slow motion videos of your successful runs and your absolute disastrous fails. I remember trying to navigate a remote world of Google Meets and remote learning from a cabin in the woods while I saw you at home with your family buzzing around in the background, listening to your dogs barking at the doorbells and your cats just knocking over anything that they can get their paws on. I remember seeing reflections in some of your glasses from the video games that you were playing during the Google Meet. I remember having you in person, finally. I remember some of you arriving to class early or staying late to talk through struggles with classes or with teammates or with friends. I remember your stories of personal experiences and family history. I remember being with you as we witnessed and found ourselves intertwined and engaged in social and emotional conflicts and controversies, with political and cultural events that sparked disagreements and divides, events and dissonance that threatened and challenged not only our perspectives but our values, and called us to either make a stand or to stand by or to stand down. I remember the comments of when you said you were not good enough, when you said that you'll never get it, and I remember watching you try again and again and again. I remember when you took responsibility for your words and actions, when you made mistakes, when you surrendered to fear, and when you made an apology for or found forgiveness. I remember when you wiped away your own tears or the sweat from your brow and told me that you tried your best. I also remember arriving to school wearing sandals without socks, and apparently my dogs were out. Your generation started some really interesting trends. You experienced something so radically different than what we consider a normal year of school. During our first year together, schools were in hybrid modes of education. Routines were so different. Isolation became normal. The future felt so uncertain, and yet here you are. You made it through that wild year of learning, social distancing in classrooms and in halls, and the ever-changing circumstances of policies and procedures. You are here not because the road was easy, but because you kept moving, adapting, and growing. You kept showing up. As I look at you today, I don't just see graduates, I see stories. I see artists, musicians, poets, actors. I see engineers and athletes, doctors and nurses, forensic analysts, biologists, chemists, astronomers, historians and educators, philosophers. I see bakers and chefs, comedians and lawyers, gardeners and technicians. I see future leaders, activists, therapists, and social workers. I see people who are ready to serve, people who are ready to grow. And above all, I see rows filled with young adults that have an enormous potential. I see your stories, and like many of the community members here today, I have been entertained by your narrative. Your stories are filled with success and failures, of wins and losses, friendships and heartbreaks, times of confidence and times in doubt. I see trials and tribulations, rock bottoms and rebirths, mistakes, second chances, and revivals. I see these stories that are still being written and all the empty pages that are still without text. A good friend and former colleague of mine, some of you know her well, J.K., taught me one of the most valuable lessons I have ever learned in my life, and that is we are not simply characters in our stories. We are the authors, and we have agency in how we write our narrative. Having agency means having the ability to choose your own actions and responses, regardless of the circumstances, and surrendering to the truth that we may not have control of these circumstances. We may not have control of the external outcomes. We may not have control of the behaviors of the people around us. This can be a difficult truth, that you do not have control of everything that happens to you. But what you do have control over, and where your agency resides, is how you respond, what meaning you extract, and how you move through each experience. You have the power to create the meaning. Someone near and dear to my heart told me on our second date that experiences have the power to change our beliefs, and that your beliefs have the power to shape your experiences. There is so much power in the creation of meaning. You are such powerful creators. You have an immense amount of potential when it comes to this process. I've taken one of Don Miguel Ruiz's agreements, the author of many books and a descendant of Toltec wisdom, and I invite you and challenge you to uphold its meaning as intention. And that is, I challenge you to be impeccable with your words and with the story you write. Like many of us here today, I've had my share of failures, of struggles, of figuring out that not every path in life is one that takes you forward. Dropping classes, switching schools, changing careers, starting over, or surrendering to the inability to control external outcomes. From my current perspective here, now, I find myself so grateful for these transformations and for the growth that was produced from these experiences. I discovered that purpose is rarely found in a single moment of clarity. More often, it reveals itself through the process of showing up, making mistakes, learning, and continuing anyways. It takes time and practice. I found a purpose in life, and that is to just show up for others with unconditional love and support. And that is why I found myself teaching. It is a practice that is driven by my core values that resonate and emulate from my sense of being. To be involved, to be an active role, to participate, to support others, to just show up. And the real truth is the product of this reciprocity between one being and one community, that loving feeling of support and admiration from the community and for the community. My hope for each of you is not that you will find the perfect career or the perfect partner or the perfect plan or the perfect school or the perfect version of yourself. My hope is that as the author of your narrative, you will create meaning and you'll cultivate a strong sense of purpose and find something that calls you forward, something that wakes you up in the morning, something that sustains and supports your pursuit of happiness and inspires you and inspires the people around you. Because life is going to bring you plenty of challenges, pain, disappointment, loss, frustration, suffering, failure. It is all so inevitable. The question is not, will you struggle? The question is whether your purpose is strong enough to carry you through those struggles. What will your response be? How will you interpret what is happening and make meaning from it? This realization can sometimes feel so isolating. Sometimes it feels like the world is against you, or it might seem like you are alone in this effort. No one is asking or expecting you to step forward alone. Though I encourage you to be your own genuine individual, I encourage and remind you to lean on your community, your family. Look at the people who showed up tonight. Look at this community, this collective mass of energy and love, of support. Lean on them, your family, your friends. We will help you carry the weight of your world. If there is one thing that I have learned about this little town of Randolph, is that you are all so very resilient, and you all rise to each and every challenge. You all show up for one another. You have a choice in your community. Who you choose to surround yourself with has such a dramatic impact on your life. Choose people who challenge you, who tell you the truth, who celebrate your success, who make you want to be a better person, and most importantly, may you be that person for someone else. As a science teacher, I invite you to never stop asking why. Question assumptions and challenge perspectives, especially your own. Seek knowledge through the curiosity and adopt a mindset that as soon as you think that you have everything all figured out, that is exactly the very moment you stop growing. Be willing to learn, to change your mind, to admit that when you're wrong. Making mistakes, losing, struggling, pressing the reset button, they're not evidence of failure. They're evidence that you have engaged in a process, the process of becoming. Become what you are. And I suggest if you have a difficult time identifying what you are, start with identifying with what you're not. Start with identifying what you don't want to become, what you are not okay with, what you are not going to believe in, what are you not going to stand for. And once this inquiry is over and you get somewhere with it, question it, test it, critique it, look at it from a different perspective, communicate these findings to another person, and then start that process all over again. I promise you that your values, your beliefs, the meaning will rise like a bright star on the horizon. I challenge you to become impeccable with these words, with the meaning of these words. Do you agree? With the words that you speak to others, and especially with the words that you speak to yourself. Pay attention to the story and the narrative that you construct. The words you think, you feel, you mean. The meaning shapes your beliefs, and this influences and steers your story. You have control of the words you say. I challenge you to be pure, to be accurate, to be vulnerable, and to be open and honest. If you tell yourself that failure defines you, it will. If you say you're not, if you say you are inadequate or incapable or not enough, you'll believe that to be true as well. But if you recognize that every setback, every obstacle, every struggle is just simply another chapter in your life and not the entire story, you keep your agency and you become this powerful author in your own story. You become a creator. You can create the comeback story. You can create the Cinderella story. You can influence the tides to turn, the phoenix to rise, because you have the power to emit the most vibrant light during the darkest of times. This is all already inside of you. Let it shine. It starts with your words. You are all so intelligent, and you can absolutely navigate problems and obstacles in this world because you already have the tools, and we have seen you do it already. Believe in yourself and engage your world in a way that is genuine and true. You have so much potential, not because you have the answers or that you have it all figured out, but because you are still actively creating and writing your experience. You will make mistakes and face challenges. You will encounter moments in your life that will test your strength and perseverance. And when you approach these obstacles in your life, remember that you get to choose who you become. I encourage you to use this potential to find your purpose in life, to build community, to lead with compassion and curiosity, to tell the truth, to ask for help, to write a story that makes the people around you better. And finally, I encourage you to believe in yourself and trust that the most important and beautiful chapters of your narrative have not yet happened. And you have the opportunity right now to create them. Know that myself and everyone sitting in this auditorium are here as your audience and as your biggest fans. We are in awe of your journey. We are committed to you still. We will proofread your work, pick you up when you fall, lend a hand when it is needed, offer our perspectives and suggestions, celebrate your success, and challenge you to show up. We do this because we see your potential, and we applaud your work. Graduates, we are so all very proud of the people you are, and we are all so eager to see the chapters that you write. Congratulations, class of 2026. You are here. Enjoy this present moment, the space between the end of an amazing chapter and the beginning of the next. Right on. You absolutely rock.
Back down to my height. And now for our introduction of the RUHS graduates of the class of 2026. We welcome Beverly Taft to introduce our graduates while Kara and I present diplomas. We ask that families only come forward to take a picture when their graduate is receiving a diploma. We promise to hold our pose and wait for you to get pictures. We also have a photographer here to capture these moments, and we'll make those photos available in a link to all families.
Aubrey Tremblay. Aubrey will be continuing the Vermont Electrical Apprenticeship Program while working at Cipher Electrical Services. Callie Jarvis Shabbat. Callie will be moving to Florida and finding her path. Meredith Rilling. Meredith will be attending VTSU in the fall, majoring in radiological sciences. Carmen Angulo. Carmen plans to attend Norwich University in the fall, majoring in environmental sciences. Katie Malik. Katie will be attending the University of Pittsburgh, majoring in psychology. Isabella Harper. Isabella will be completing her second year of cosmetology at Central Vermont Career Center. Evelyn Rose DeGloria. Evelyn will be working for the next year and then attending CCB in the fall of 2027. Taya Fawn Brown. undergraduate year at Randolph Union. Virginia Munger. Virginia will be entering the workforce after graduation and pursuing a career in law enforcement. Bridget Wilbur. Bridget will be entering the workforce in either early childhood education or geriatric care. Vivian White. Vivian will be taking a gap year, then pursuing health careers. Madeline Lowry. Madeline will be pursuing a health science degree through CCV with a focus on midwifery. Brooklyn Palace. Brooklyn will be attending UVM in the fall of 2026 on a pre-dental track, majoring in biochemistry. Anthony Cameron. Anthony will be exploring his options. Marissa Tarian. Marissa will be taking a gap year, followed by attending Johnson & Wales in the fall of 2027. Lauren Lewis. Lauren will be attending Springfield College in the fall to pursue her undergraduate degree in occupational therapy, continuing on to complete her master's and doctorate. Nora Selly. Nora will be attending Bates College in the fall of 2026, majoring in neuroscience. Mason Pont. Mason will be continuing the Vermont Electrical Apprenticeship Program and continuing his work as an electrician. Alan Gow. Alan will be attending Auburn University in the fall, majoring in electrical engineering. Nolan Whitney. Nolan will be heading into his third year of a 4-year apprenticeship to become a licensed electrician. During this time, he will be continuing to work for Benoit Electric. Ava K. Scott. Ava will be traveling and going straight into the workforce. Michael Spooner. Michael will be completing a postgraduate year at Randolph Union. Hunter Ilsley. Hunter will spend the summer working with a concrete business. Then he will pursue a job in the auto or diesel industry using the skills he has gained at RTCC. Elena Echo. Elena will be attending Denison University in the fall of 2026, pursuing a pre-med track. Carlos Nicholas McLean, Jr. Carlos will continue to work in the trades and excel from there. Hannah Westcott. Hannah will be attending Job Corps with a focus on culinary arts. Emily Tabor. Emily will be attending UVM, majoring in biomedical engineering with plans to attend medical school. Katie Taylor. Katie will be entering the workforce while working on her dream of becoming an actress. Ella Messier. Ella Messier will be attending VTSU in the fall, majoring in physical therapy. George Rosalvo. University, majoring in political science and environmental studies. Trent Spinks. Trent will be working for the next year and then joining the United States Navy. Jacob Kopazinski. Jacob will be attending VTSU Linden, majoring in criminal justice. Aiden Fonstock. Aiden will be pursuing a career pathway in diesel mechanics. Antonio Marcelo Reyes. Antonio will be attending American University in the fall, majoring in political science. Haley Huntley. Haley plans on starting her own carpentry business. Hannah Rose Manning. Hannah will be attending Norwich University, majoring in psychology. Mason. Ben will be attending UVM in the fall, majoring in mechanical engineering and minoring in sustainable energy engineering. Andrick Blaze. Andrick will be attending BTSU Castleton in the fall, majoring in nursing. Jack Mason. Jack will be attending Denison University in the fall, majoring in environmental science. Kai Pratt. Kai will be attending Norwich University in the fall of 2026, majoring in criminology. Carlton Clement. Carlton will be attending UVM in the fall to study mechanical engineering. William French. Will is planning on attending AWI to pursue advanced welding certifications. James Joaquin. James will spend next year working and then attend VTC in the fall of 2027. Eric Boyce. Will be attending BTSU Randolph for mechanical engineering technology. Miles Rosario. Miles will be attending James Madison University in the fall. Zane Cooper. Zane will be attending Vermont State University Johnson for a degree in crime scene investigation. Daniel Piasecki. Dimes will be attending Syracuse University in the fall, majoring in political science. Caden Stover. Caden will be pursuing a career with V-Trans or making hay. Kenneth Bronze Jr. KJ will be attending Texas State Technical College. Scholes. Turner will be working for the town and figuring out what to do with his life. Jack White. Jack will be attending Florida Atlantic University in the fall. Jesse Ramsey. Jesse will be attending VTSU Castleton in the fall. Rule Harrison. Rule will be attending VTSU Castleton, majoring in technical theater. Tanner Langlois. Tanner will be attending the University of Vermont in the fall, majoring in mechanical engineering. Colton Ashline. Colton will be taking a gap year to pursue advanced certifications in scuba diving prior to attending Eckerd College to major in marine biology.
As the Randolph principal, I certify tonight to the OSSD Board Chair, Emil Parmalee, and Superintendent Michael Clark, and the surrounding communities, that these Randolph Union seniors have successfully met the State of Vermont and Orange Southwest School District academic graduation requirements and proficiencies, and that they are prepared for the conferral of their diplomas. Graduates, please rise. We now introduce you to the graduates of the class of 2026. Graduates, please turn your tassels from the right side of your cap to the left to signify your new status as Randolph Union alumni.